Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my fellow Biafrans, depending on your location. I am greeting each and every one of my fellow Biafrans, and this is our continuation of Biafra evangelism. Continues to be our religion. My fellow Biafrans, we must continue to preach our freedom, liberation, and unity as a nation. Join me from wherever you are watching. As always, this is an interactive session where each and every one of you will be given the opportunity to say what you feel like, what you want. That is if you are a genuine Biafran. This platform is one of the Breji platforms where we bring you authentic information. We are very liberal-minded people, we Biafrans, all over the world, both home and abroad. We do not entertain a non-Biafra on this platform. We don't preach hate, we don't preach violence, because we are not violent people. Join me from wherever you are watching. If it pleases you to be one of us, to speak the language of Biafra, which is liberty and freedom. But before I continue with today's event, I have to say a prayer, because in everything we do in life, God is the leader. We follow him. Father God, I thank and glorify your holy name. You are the Father that gives us what no human father can give. I will forever thank you and praise thy holy name towards us. I pray, my Lord, leader Nnamdi Kanu will one day be released and released in good health. I thank you for making him available today during the court hearing. Father Lord, what you cannot do does not exist. I also pray, my Lord, for your extensive protection to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Father Lord, protect him, guide him, shield him away from the eyes of our enemies. Protect all Biafrans all over the world. All this and more we ask you, O Lord, in your infinite mercy and kindness, to give us. He say, my people, today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was once more in the court. And let's listen to him. I've always liked using his voice as my jingle. Let's hear what he has to tell us, because he is one man too many. Whenever he speaks, it goes out very loud, because he is a man that talks not only for Biafrans, but for the entire Africans.
And I think, of course, some of these soldiers were told are also our people. Yes. Yes. And families now in mourning. Yes. So it's now in mourning. Yes. So all the making of young widows is condemned in its entirety. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for it? We want people to be free. That's what we're fighting for. Not in modern Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making this continent stands up to what God promised in His word. And that's what we are doing. And
yes,
everything, of course. And some of these soldiers were told are also our people. Yes. And the families there in mourning. Yes. So all the making of young widows is condemned in entirety. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for it? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's what we're fighting for. Nothing more. We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised in His word. And that's what we're doing, what we are doing.
my fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, you have all heard what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said. He is against any form of killing my people. You know, currently what is trending is that the military were killed in Southeast. But all the killings of the military in the and Sambisa forest, nobody announces it. Because you all know that the people who are there were positioned there to fight every Nigerian and all the other nations like Nigeria, Ududuwa. When they leave us to go, they will be left very empty. That's why they arraigned those terrorists, forest, littered all over the country. Whenever those ones kill the soldiers, nobody hears about it. And sincerely speaking, most people who were eyewitness to what happened in Aba indicated that the soldiers were the ones who started fighting the people that actually shot back at them. This is the Nigeria or the Africa we live in today. I was watching a video in the video on internet, but it happened in Kenya. You could see the police forcing a very young lady to enter their van. Africa is really going through a phase. Thank you for joining. We are winning. We have won. We have won. It's not winning, it's an understatement. We have actually won. You are correct. We have won. So the issue of the leaders of most leaders in Africa using the military, soldiers and police to intimidate civilians is a very, very big issue to be addressed. So I was watching this very video on the internet. It was in Kenya. But I find that all African leaders, all the African governors and governments, they allow the military intimidating civilians, especially the women, because two of them in police uniform in Kenya was forcing a young lady to enter their car. Most of the time, they will just take them there and start abusing them sexually, which is very wrong. And that's exactly what women in the zoo and the the military does the same to them. The terrorists that are not in uniform, they do the same thing to them. So it is like African leaders have a lot of work at hand to do, because democracy in Africa is really upside down. our leader saying here that he does not encourage military pride in homeland is correct. But on the other hand, that incident was not properly investigated, and it should be. That is what a democratic system is all about. So when they are saying that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is condemning the way soldiers fight, those who told him have not said how it, because they lack ability of conducting an investigative. They are doing everything the other way around. They are always doing the opposite. So during the court hearing, the judge, Mrs. Binta Anyako, she directed the court. She said that the federal government and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should pursue reconciliation under Section 7 Federal High Court. You know? So I had to look up what the Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act says. And it says, in any proceedings in the court may promote reconciliation among parties thereof and encourages and facilitates the amicable settlement thereof. That is what Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act in Nigeria says. So my people, our leader really spoke candidly for what his abduction represents, which is freedom, not just for Biafrans. Let me play it again, our leader.
And everything, of course. And some of these soldiers we are told are also our people. Yes. Yes. And the family. Yes. All the making of young widows is condemned in its entirety. I don't want anybody to die. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for it? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's nothing more. We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we should focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised it is going to do. And that's what we're doing. All the making of young widows is condemned. And I don't want anybody to die. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for it? And some of these soldiers we want people to be free. That's what we're fighting for.
Yes.
We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if Africans have suffered from slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe, in America. I think we should focus our time towards making sure that this continent stands up to, and that's what we're doing.
Yes, my people, this is what our Onyendu advised us. You know, Onyendu wants there to be peace in Africa, especially in Biafra land, because what is going going on currently in Biafra land is not what anybody would, like to see going on daily basis. The other day, our PM, during his visit to Netherlands, he made it clear to them, even the speech he made prior to that, he made it clear to them that it is simple. They should withdraw from the streets of Biafra for peace to reign. But they don't want to do that. Why? Because they believe that they have the upper hand. So, my people, what we are here is that they should leave us alone. We want our freedom, but everybody knows that freedom is not achieved freely. It is not. So, let me play you the voice of...
Start giving them pure water. They will let water. Our demand is very simple. Withdraw your military. No military checkpoint is allowed in Biafra land. If you are still standing in checkpoint today, don't worry. Today is coming. We have now gotten what we call the mandate of over 30 million. Even the president did not get 30 million votes from the entire Nigeria. Do you understand the point? And this is why they are scared of organizing anything referendum, because the Biafra people are going to do, not only Biafra, indigenous people in Nigeria are going to, not only Biafra, what we call the mandate of over 30 million. Even the...
Yes, my people, this is the advice of our PM, because our prime one who is bearing the brunt of the whole aggression from Nigeria. Onyendu is inside. He is okay to say anything that he wants to say. He is incarcerated. He is under the custody of the enemies. The Nigerian military are not very friendly with their gun. Their hands is always on their trigger. So I can say anything. I really sympathize with his situation, and I pray that God Almighty will release him one day. Our PM is saying it clearly. Yeah, our PM is out, who hears and who sees what is going on in the zoo. So these two people we have, our PM, currently they may be speaking on different voice or different issues, because Onyendu's case is quite different from any incident happening in Biafra land. Why is it that Musa is talking about what is going on in the south? Musa never talks about what goes on in Sambisa forest. He never talks about all the soldiers, about them died 2 Mondays ago because Musa and the terrorists in uniform in the name of soldiers are the government. They are sending him to go there and distract everybody, all the attention, to focus in Southeast while they are busy doing what they are doing. My people, do you know that terrorists now rule in the north? They are ruling in Northeast. They are ruling in the one next to Abuja, Niger State. Is there. Everybody in this space live under terrorists and under their command. So, if those terrorists are given this opportunity, why is it that they don't want Biafrans to go? Because they have created this avenue for these terrorists in the Northeast and the Niger. and nobody talks about it. People may not agree because it is never in the news that the terrorists are now ruling in Northeast, Maiduguri, and Niger State. Niger State is 5 to Abuja, the federal capital. This is to tell you how the terrorists have gotten so strong in Nigeria, and they are pushing down. So Onyendu is inside the prison, incarcerated, not prison, but detention, because that place is not a prison. That's where they detain people. High sensitive cases, they will detain you there. Want. That's why our PM is the one that we should listen to now. Not that we should not listen to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We listen to him at all times. We respect him. We have that wonderful space for him in our heart. And we are at the same time praying that they should release him one day.
Military checkpoint. We go and start giving them pure water. Then we collect water. Our demand is very simple. Withdraw your military. No military checkpoint is allowed. If you are still standing a checkpoint today, don't worry. We have now got what we call the mandate of over 30 million. Even the president did not get 30 million votes from the entire Nigeria. You understand the point? And this is why they are scared of organizing anything referendum, because not only Biafra, indigenous people in Nigeria are going to disgrace those after the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra. Believe me, we will fight Nigeria until nothing will remain for Nigeria within Biafra threat. Nigeria must pay for all the things of Biafra. We have everything documented.
Yes.
We are at war. Do you think we see?
Yes, we are really at war. Because the other time, you all will remember the video that our PM asked the media to play. Let me see if I can find it and play it. You will hear what our leader, our PM, was saying. You know, in that video, it was clear that Musa and Nigeria have declared war against Biafrans. He said that they are on asymmetric warfare. The other time he said is, I don't know what other warfare he mentioned, you know, but I thank God we have our PM. Our PM actually have, he has their antidote. He suits them very, very well. Nigeria government is this type of government that you cannot say what they will do in the next minute.
Today is a very important day in our pursuit for our freedom. A very important summit place just concluded. The summit in Ukraine. The summit on peace in Ukraine. We took our time to watch many speeches, comments, opinions from world leaders. We've also to analyze these from different world leaders, including the speech by the Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris. My fellow Biafrans, I would like us to watch few of these clips as on this rock I will build the altar on this speech, comment coming from different world leaders on the just concluded peace summit for Ukraine. I will make my speech today.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now I'm pleased to hand over the floor to the Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris.
Thank you. Thank you, President Ahmed and President Zelensky, for hosting the summit. It is my honor to be here with all of the leaders today. I first met President Zelensky in February of 2020.
You see why I am playing this again? When Onion comes out, in fact, I don't know how many months or years it will take him to see or hear or watch videos of what has happened to our people. The Ukraine summit is talking about peace, about freedom. Talked about here that the reason why he is there is because of our freedom and liberty. So all this to connect them. Let's listen.
And some of these are also our people. Yes. And the family mourning. Yes. So all the making of young widows is condemned in its entirety. I don't want it. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom.
Yes.
How can we fight for them? It's not possible.
We are fighting freedom. That's what Onyendu said. Yeah, we are fighting for freedom. So let us listen to what this lady is going to talk about. And I will say a few things relating to what Onyendu said. This lady is saying, the Vice President of America, Harris.
Just 5 days before Russia invaded Ukraine. Outrageous attempt to subjugate a free people and an attempt to wipe a sovereign state off the map.
On a full attempt to subjugate sovereign people. We are not yet sovereign, but we are about to, as my brother Chuka here said, that we are winning. They must obey Biafra. Yes, we have a nation before Nigeria was amalgamated. And now they want to squeeze that freedom out of us, to squeeze away from us, to snatch our happiness from us, sweeping everything on. And I can assure you that the freedom of Biafra have been talked about, fought over 1970. So many people died. America, Britain, Russia, and France. Though France supported Biafrans during Nigeria Biafra war, but now they have all changed. None of them is saying anything because they are friendly with Nigeria. The way all European countries and Americans were now friendly with Ukraine. Even though Ukraine has not joined NATO, they are supporting him as a NATO. But this NATO group, which is all the world leaders and all world powers, they know what is going on in Nigeria and Biafra. The number of people they buy on daily basis. If you ask them today, they have the statistics, but they pretended. They are now talking about the freedom and subjugation option and their freedom and liberty. Because Onyendu mentioned here that that is we are doing what we are doing. Liberty. So linking it to what Kamala Harris is as if our own blood is not red, as if our own death is not real death, or as if we're not human beings, as if we are toys that doesn't exist. So we Biafrans, we are for ourselves, by ourselves. We need funding. We need everything that we get. If I show you a video now, you will marvel. Today, the 19th, you will see the number of Biafrans that are voting. My goodness, I couldn't believe it. I have the video here. I will show it in a jiffy. But
I addressed the Mnk'S conference and made clear that the United States of America is a steadfast supporter of the principles that people have a right to choose their own form of government.
Okay, America government is a steadfast supporter of the principles of UN. This UN, which is directly or indirectly controlled by mainly American world leaders, they gave Nigeria government 6 months duration to release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Honor their command. Nigeria did not comply, even though Nigeria was signatory to the Treaty of the United Nations, and they have a punishable, they have a punishment. Anyone who disobeys their rules, which is sanction of any country that violates the rule of United Nations, but UN did anything, which is mainly America. And this lady hypocritically is here now saying that America supports in its entirety the principles of freedom and liberty. They are supporting you because they are Ukraine. This is why when Onyendu said, this is what we do. Hello, Diane, thank you for joining. When Onyendu said, the reason why we are doing, that reason is because we are fighting for freedom. And Kamala Harris, who is the Vice President of America, saying that they support the principle of freedom and liberty, and they support, in particular, for Russia to leave alone and settle amicably. This is what they should have done to Nigeria and Biafra. But they pretended. Whether it's pretense, I do not know. Because America is mainly the leaders of United Nations. And when they gave order to Nigeria to release Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Nigeria did not obey, Nigeria breached that international that binds every treaty member or every country that has signatory or that is signatory to the Charter of the UN is sanctioned. They're supposed to sanction Nigeria. They did not. That, in a way, weakens the position of UN in that aspect and the position of America, because of the UN. Hello, Tonas. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. My people, always remember to click the like button and share at your convenient time. My people, there's no force rule. We are doing this, as Onyendu said, that we are doing this because of our freedom. That's why I'm playing Kamala Harris. She said that they believe in the principle of freedom and liberty, and that their action is not tolerated. But the same UN, the same Americans, hello, Henry, how are you? Thank you for joining. The same America is sitting there watching Nigeria incarcerate an innocent man and releasing all the terrorists. They released the man that was Wanduje, that was the leader of the kidnappers. They released the Mieti, Allah leader, Mieti. They are the ones controlling the farmer headers, those carrying AK-45, going to farms, to indigenous people. All their leaders has been released, but they're holding an innocent man. And when this America, which controls the UN, instructs Nigeria to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they did not. But she is now strong leapfrog to Ukraine, ignoring the order they gave to Nigeria, because Nigeria is signatory to the United Nations Charter. As a punishment for any violator of their rules, but neither of these were done. That's why I call them hypocrites. When Onyendu is saying this, he said that he does not support anyone killing military. But the killing in Aba, it was not investigated, because eyewitnesses said that military attacked the other people first. The group, whichever group, it was not mentioned. The military, them, as always, they always attack first. And the other people responded, because in Nigeria, they do not check or consider anything. Anything goes, especially, in fact, all actions. So, I don't know. I don't want to be abusive, because I don't know what is wrong with African leaders. As I said earlier, I was watching a program this afternoon. It was a young lady, and this happened in Kenya. 2 policemen were forcing her to enter into their van, and she refused. And she was asking them, what did I do? What offense did I? Why are you people intimidating me? Why are you forcing me? Now, out there we are screaming, and the girl was resisting. In Kenya, to show you that African leaders are very, very, very lawless. They use the military. Hello, Sonny. Thank you for joining. Leaders always use military, police, army to intimidate the civilians. You said here that he does not support the killing of the army, that we Africans, we have suffered a lot. I can play it because a lot of you are coming in. I know the YouTube don't send off notification early to my viewers. I apologize.
And everything, of course. And all of these soldiers were told also our people. Is that correct? And the families now.
Onyendu said that he was told that to tell you, they go there to tell him sometimes whatever they want. That's why PM said that he doesn't really want to be taking from Onyendu because you don't know the condition under which he made those comments or whatever he was told. Onyendu said he was told that some of the spied in Biafra land are our own people. No, so they have now started sending our people to go and fight their own people. Because eyewitnesses yet of May said that the military on that checkpoint started shooting on these guys. We are the ones that were killed by the army. No? I'll call you. So
nations have a right to choose their.
This woman wants to listen to her again and linking it up to what Onyendu is saying. You will know that we have the duty to fight for ourselves because NATO, as they stand, all the European nations supporting Ukraine, they are supporting them. We have nobody to support us. Rather, we have Musa, who has been assigned to focus on Southeast, forgetting that in the state, it is the Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS terrorists ruling in Niger State. People are paying tax to them and ruling in Northeast. And nobody, I don't know if you can never that on the news. It's because our PM is a powerful man who has intel and information ready to expose Nigeria. You can never hear the mainstream media announce that. They can never do it. Even Musa cannot talk about the soldiers spied 2 Mondays ago, 13 of them by these bandits. Sometimes Sahara reporter will be the only bold newsman to report it in the zoo. Let's listen to this lady because this is their hypocrisy, how they expose themselves. She is saying everything she's saying, mentioning global. And I understand that the globe encompasses the entire world, which Africa is part of it, and in particular Biafra and Nigeria.
Alliances. There are inalienable rights governments must protect. The rule of law must be cherished. Sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states must be respected. And national borders should not be changed by force.
As you all have listened to the President of the United States of America, I would also want the media team to share the screen and play a video from another prominent leader among those who had very important speech at the concluded summit. International law and UN Charter must be the backbone for just peace in Ukraine. No matter our continent, history, religion, or skin color, we all share the same guiding compass, and this is the UN Charter and its principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, human dignity, and the right to self-defense. These principles.
Did you hear that? Right to self-defense. Great, the great. Thank you for joining. Please, my people, remember to click the like button and subscribe to Betty Ford TV. Thank you, and let's move. They are talking about territorial integrity, and in the case of Biafra land, these people don't respect our territory. That's why our PM in this video talking about what could happen. Let me play the video.
At war. Do you think we see military in checkpoint, we go and start glitter, then we collect woto. Our demand is very simple. Withdraw your military. No military checkpoint is allowed in Biafra land. Starting a checkpoint today. Don't worry, your day is coming. We have now gotten what we call the mandate of over 30 million. Even the president did not get 30 million votes from the entire Nigeria. Do you understand the point? And this is why they are scared of organizing any referendum. The Biafra people are going to, not only Biafra, indigenous people in Nigeria are going to disgrace those supporting one Nigeria after the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. Believe me, we will fight Nigeria until nothing will remain Nigeria within Biafra threat. Nigeria must pay for all the pain of Biafra. We have everything documented. We are at war. Do you think we...
So, my people, you have heard that very speech of our PM, what we heard, because these people have invaded our land. So when Onyendu is talking here, and PM wrote on his Twitter handle, we cannot listen to Onyendu what he's saying, because Onyendu said here that he understands that some of the soldiers spied our brothers. That is the trick of the zoo. They will always like to use your own brother to get you out of their way, because what they want in all this that is happening right now, if not for their interference, as this Kamala Harris said, that the people have right freedom, have right to their liberty, their territorial integrity. We have territorial integrity that is not being respected by Nigeria. And they are not saying anything. So the nitty-gritty of my conducting this very program is for us Biafrans to fight for ourselves. Donate and vote. Donate and vote, so that PM will continue. Our Onyendu looks cheerful, happy. Do you know why? He knows that all of you, that you are all doing what he taught us to do. Now they are calling Onyendu a nice man. They are calling Onyendu the good guy. And the good guy is now in their bad book. Exactly what one lady said in TVC News. The woman said, are you people asking to bring back Simon Ekpa? Since you brought back, hello Peter, thank you. Since you brought back Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the zoo, what has changed? Is it not getting worse? Why don't you talk about resolution? And as I read here, Aloy Ejimako, the chief legal rep of our Onyendu, Aloy Ejimako, under his Twitter handle, I saw that the court directs Binta Anyaku. The court directs the federal government of Nigeria and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to pursue reconciliation under Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act, which states, let me state for you what that very act states. The act stated, Section 17, if any proceedings in the court, the court may promote reconciliation among the parties. And parties here now is our leader and the federal government. That the parties should promote reconciliation thereto and encourage and facilitate the amendment thereof. That's what Aloy Ejimako wrote on his Twitter handle this afternoon. And I also saw that a man called Edwin Clark of Rivers State, he made an appeal to the President of Nigeria, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, drop all charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the idea here and the whole case is that the terrorists detained in Nigeria have all been released, and why are they still detaining an innocent man? Because the lady on the TVC news said, you people were crying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you brought him back. What has changed? Things are becoming worse. What do you need Simon for? If you bring Simon, how do you think that everything will be well? You have to go and reconcile Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, release him. Because once he is released, everything will come back to normal. But the pertinent question here is, what of the insecurity in other parts of Nigeria?
They will collect water. Our demand is very simple. Withdraw your military. Military checkpoint is allowed in their land. If you are still standing in checkpoint J, don't worry. Your day is coming.
Yes.
Now gotten over 30 million. Even the president will not get 30 million votes from the entire Nigeria. You understand the point? And this is why they are scared of organizing anything referendum, because the Biafra people are going to, not only Biafra, indigenous people in Nigeria are going to disgrace those supporting one Nigeria.
Exactly. Yes. After the declaration of Biafra on the 2nd of December. So my people, Onyendu here was saying something. And the way I do my presentation, whether the video is young or new or old, I have to link them up. That Kamala Harris said touches and concerns what Onyendu said here. Kamala Harris, the Vice President of America, was talking of the independence of liberty of a sovereign nation. Whereas the same Kamala Harris, who is the Vice President, was there. And they knew that when Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, that Nigeria, that is the head of the UN, gave Nigeria 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they never did. Hello, Ikechukwu. Thank you so much for joining. Try and like and share and subscribe to Betty Ford TV. My people, do that for me. We're doing a great job. It is all our coming together and everything that is making Onyendu remain strong. You can see he may be weak inside, I don't know. But from Onyendu's appearance, Onyendu looks confident because of you and me, because of your actions, because of what our PN, his time and brain to work out the way to challenge and face the zoo. Trust me, my Onyendu is happy within him. I don't know how else or any other way to let you people know. That is my own feeling. You on this too. If you want, I will send the link so that you will tell us your mind, or you can call. So my people, we must put all hands back. We have no one to speak for us. But the entire NATO, entire Europe, they are in Ukraine. We have nobody to. We don't have anybody, but we have ourselves.
And you must uphold international law must always and everywhere without any ambiguity. in the Middle East and everywhere in the world. This is our global responsibility. You have listened to what I say in most.
Hello, Donatus. Thank you for joining.
And on this note, I would also want the media team
thank you
to play just a few minutes interview of Musa, is the chief of the terrorist armies Nigeria.
But from the operational view, tell us, what is the major issue? The military is now so much involved in internal politics. It does look like you're being taken away from your primary assignment and you're doing secondary primary. You say is your major problem military-wide.
Thank you very much. I'm really very happy to be here, and it's good to be with this forum today.
Hello, Teacher Charles.
I think as Nigerians, first and foremost, we need to take ownership.
Thank you for joining.
And when I say ownership, not the time for us to start trading blames on who to.
Thank you, Gideon. I hope it's not Chinasa Moru. Which Chinas are you? Thank you. Remember to click the like button so that it notifies others.
We are dealing with asymmetric warfare, which is a new kind of warfare. It's different from the conventional term, and that's what we want to be clear. Conventional warfare is between.
Yes, Ikechukwu, you are correct. Nnamdi Kanu must be free. You know, today the judge she didn't know what else to do. She directed the federal government under Section 17 of the Federal High Court Act to go and make reconciliation with our leader. So they are weakened. They are weakened. They have nothing against Onyendu. You remember the last time, 19th of May, when Onyendu appeared in court. Onyendu told them clearly that they have no case against him and breached the UN Charter, which they are signatory to, by renditioning him and bringing him to court. That is what all those charters is against, because they know that if you rendition someone without following the due process and proper court proceedings, they suffer injustice. A fair trial. Onyendu told, they even denied him being represented. Hello, Wolves, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. My people to like and share. So, this very Onyendu's court hearing prompted me to bring about Kamala Harris talking of peace in Ukraine Peace Summit. She was talking about the principle of America on freedom and liberty, which is true. You can't do what the zoo government is doing in Nigeria. You can't do it in America. Nobody will tolerate you. Nobody. So for Nigeria to be addressing IPOB as terrorist group shows that they are very ignorant. And one man said that knowledge can never bow to ignorance. It is their duty to do the right thing, not anyone to direct them like kids. They are not babies. Even Musa himself, Musa doesn't make investigation. He doesn't research anything. He should have known that they are only paying lip service whenever they are talking. Because you went and brought somebody illegally from an international place. And UN, hello, Innocent, thank you for joining. The UN gave them a mandate that this very man should be released. And they're holding Onyendu, releasing all the terrorists. So today that our Onyendu went to court, Hello, Vine. How are you? How is Ghana? Thank you for joining. Let me send you the link. So, is it? Yeah, the link is there. So as I went to court today, I have to connect it to what Harris.
Making of young widows is condemned. I don't want it.
Yes, Hindu condemns anyone being a widow or making anyone a widow. When you buy a military man, especially if they are the married ones, that will make their wives a widow. But the incident that took place on the 19th, is it on the 30th of May? That very incident that took place was not investigated by Musa. Will always come and be talking. Does Musa think that Americans, Europeans don't know that terrorists are now controlling 2 states in Nigeria? In Niger State, Zamfara, and the Northeast. In fact, almost 3 states. That's what terrorists control in Nigeria. And that in Musa's military, that there are repeated terrorists. So I don't know whether this Musa, he's a don like Binta Nyako today, instructed federal government to go and reconcile with Onyendu. Yes, that shows that they are losing the battle because Onyendu is innocent. Hello, my brother. You are welcome. Speak to Biafra.
Thank you so much, Lemoche Betty Ford. How are you, ma?
I'm fine, thank you. Madam.
Thank you so Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Excuse me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I would like to stand on the existing protocol to just go straight to make my submission, because there is some certain things that is troubling me that I heard today from the court. But I do not know what tomorrow will bring. Only God, knows what tomorrow will bring to Biafrans as he is going back on the 20th, that is tomorrow. You flouted. The zoo flouted all international conventions, regulations, and rules. Went to Kenya and kidnapped someone, committed a crime I called crime against humanity. Crime against a person, the right of a person. You tortured him for 8 days, took him back to Nigeria illegally, as against every known law in this world. Yet, Nigeria still have the temerity to ask Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or Mazen Nnamdi Kanu asking for a negotiation. Negotiation on what ground? That what he is fighting is alien to this world? That he is fighting for the freedom of Biafran people is now a crime in the Zoological Republic, where in their law, as useless as the 1999 Constitution is, as evil as 1999 Constitution is, where is it in that law, in that constitution that criminalizes anybody that is fighting for, self-determination? Where? You see, I think there comes a time in real agitators' lifetime, when we will begin to, speak in the language they will understand as well. The normal language, that play language we normally in a folk style language, because we cannot continue like this. Igboho has been released. The Meyeti Allah leader that fronted all manner of AK-47 assault rifles has been released. What do me has been released, I mean.
Yes. What?
Then who again? They have all been released. The super cop, the drug cop has been released. What is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu doing there? Is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's crime bigger than those that they've released? What is the crime of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? These people are taking us for granted. And I don't blame them. If the political elites in Igbo land, in Biafra land, southeast region of Biafra land, did not bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out, nobody will ever attempt to denigrate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Talk less of going anywhere to go and kidnap him and bring him for trial. We must stand up this time around, because good morning, FA. This good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, FA.
Say it anyhow you like. Yes.
Good morning.
Say
good morning, FA. Good morning, FA.
Yes.
And we must curtail that good morning.
Yes.
Because Nigeria, wherever that they are making the medicine that is going into the eye, they should not put pepper. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria is trying to put pepper into this medicine that is about to go into the eyes. And I believe that something good and something drastic must be done about it. Thank you so much, and may God bless you, Nemochi. I yield.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what you have just said. These people, that's why I call my Obato BAPM their antidote. You know, when Buhari came in year 2015, Buhari wasted months before he started his government. You know what they were planning? How they will cage everybody. He said to the whole nation, surrender your gun, surrender your knife. At a time, I started thinking, I said, okay, maybe this man has come to bring peace. Then after, people must have surrendered everything they had to protect themselves to him.
Okay.
What he did, 47 to the Kuriaras, and they started buying people. Even their women were seen carrying AK-47. And the military started going from house to house to bomb houses and buy people. So now, when they saw that only security network called ESN and give them Obatuntum, they said they want Onyendu back. Now our PM is really giving it to them woto. So however they want it, however they are doing it, our PM is equal to them. That's why every day, if not House of Rep, it will be House of Assembly, or it will be Musa, or the TVC, or anybody, they are all calling our PM or Channels News. But I'm happy that our PM is what we call in Igbo land, Azwanoka. Hello, CE. You have the mic. You can now talk to Biafrans. Thank you. Hello. See, we are not hearing you. Wow. They have all been kicked out. CE, we want to hear from you. Join us back. Yeah, my brother Wilson said Nigeria Zoo has lost the battle with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from day one. Technical delay is the only idea they have right now. Yes. You know what I think about all this whole thing? I think that since their eye in what we are doing have been cut off in the person of Ejiofor. Ejiofor he has their numbers and everything because he's their middleman and their go-between. Since him and Ezekome were sent out, and the DOS with the governors, I think they have very powerful hand in the delay case. But it's unfortunate that we have they have a president in the zoo that have no control over what happens and what goes on in his country. How can it be the governors or Barrister Ejiofor that will be telling a whole country what to do? Whereas the terrorists have been released and their leader who was detained has now been released. And Wandume, who is the leader of the kidnappers, he has been released. All the terrorist leaders that are being held in Nigeria custody, last month they released them and they're still holding Onyendu. But today, Binta Nyako, under that section 17 of the Federal High Court Act, have asked the government to go and reconcile with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I urge every one of us to keep doing what you are doing. You are all doing well. In fact, your presence here, coming out to talk to Biafrans, is one of the ways in which you all work, you all contribute. What remains is funding. And that is what Musa is always crying about. Funding. Funding. Those funding Simon Ekpa. But he doesn't talk about those who are funding Gumi and his bandits, so-called, but they're all terrorists. He does not talk about it. That's why I always play this voice of our PM, because
we are at war.
Yes.
You think we see military in checkpoint? We go and start giving them pure water. Then we collect water. Our demand is very simple. Withdraw your military. No military checkpoint is allowed in Biafra land. If you are still standing in checkpoint today, don't worry, your day is coming. We have now gotten what we call the mandate of over 30 million. Even the president did not get 30 million votes from the entire Nigeria. Do you understand the point? And this is why they are scared of organizing anything referendum, because the Biafra people are going to, not only Biafra, indigenous people in Nigeria are going to disc.
Yes, great. The drug lords, that's Abba Kyari, yes, have been released as well. You know, they said that he's going to have 2 weeks to see his mother, but he has gone from, he has gone. You remember when America wanted Abba Kyari because Hush Puppy mentioned his name as one of his accomplices in Nigeria and someone in the military parastatals. Malami shielded him. You see? So Fulanis, they love themselves, they protect themselves. We Biafrans, we must follow suit. In fact, we love ourselves. They are the ones that came to split us. But thank God today, we have all realized it and we are together right now. Today, I was on the space of Igodo, Warri, all of them, coastal region brothers. One of them was saying, they refer to her as a queen. I've forgotten what her name is. Hello, Anthony. Good noon. Thank you for joining. Thank you, my brother, for joining. So, our Onyendu went to court today. Anthony, are you aware? So, that's what we are discussing here, what Onyendu said. Let me play the voice of Onyendu, and you will hear what he said. My people, these people, they know what they are doing. We should work together and show them that we are strong. And I love what our PM is doing. Everything that you all do, we all do together is what is keeping Onyendu strong. Yes, Onyendu is strong because of what we are doing. Oh, you are not aware? Okay, let me play what he said. You will hear him now. Let me play it. We are just on the issue of Onyendu's court hearing. Nigeria government is...
everything, of course. And some of these soldiers, we are told, are also our people. Is that correct? Yes.
Yeah. What he said, what Onyendu said, that what he was told was that those soldiers spied in Biafra land on the 30th were some of our people. And I'm saying that that is the method of operation of Fulanis. They will send your own to go and buy you. And maybe they will get spied in the end. And they are enjoying it. They are enjoying it because we are their target. We are their target. In Niger State, I don't know if some of you knows this. In Niger State, the ISIS, the Boko Haram, the bandits, the ISWAP, all of them control Niger State, which is about 5 miles to Abuja, the federal capital. Nobody disturbs them. Yes, we need donation to fight for ourselves because Kamala Harris, the Vice President of America, and the Europe as NATO are supporting Ukraine, and they have ignored our people. We have nobody but ourselves. Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
I'm here.
go on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with the video. Go ahead with the video. Yeah, you are breaking. It's like the network is delaying from here. Yeah.
Am I breaking?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Network
The sound
you
is
out.
okay, but your video, your picture is delaying. It's freezing at this.
Yes,
at a point.
I have it on my. I have it on my phone. Let me play it from my phone.
Okay.
Yes, I have it on my phone. You know what of Onyendu today? I really feel happy. All of us, Onyendu draws his energy and strength from everything we are doing. Let us keep doing it, protecting ourselves. You know, my people, Onyendu is such a man. When he knows something, when he is doing something, you will see from his face. Where is my people? Onyendu would have been so weaker than he is if nothing is happening. But I can assure you that what our PM is doing, and all of us, Onyendu is happy. That n'ọkụ anyụrụ. Ọ bụrụ na ọkụ Biafra anyụrụ, Onyendu will cry wolf. I'm telling you, that's why we don't need the EOS, or what are they called?
All the making of young widows is condemned in its entirety. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we forget it? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's all we're fighting. Nothing more. We've suffered in Africa. I don't know if you know that. Africans have suffered. From slavery in Arabia to slavery in Europe to slavery in America. So I think we focus our time and devote it towards making sure that this continent stands up to what God promised to this world today. And that's what we're doing.
And that's why we are doing what we are doing.
Of course. These soldiers are told are also our people. Yes. Yes. And the families that are born. Yes. All the making of young widows is in its entirety. I don't want anybody to die. Yes. We are fighting for freedom. Then how can we fight for it? It's not possible. We want people to be free. That's all we're fighting for. We've suffered a lot in Africa. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, Onyendu is not just talking about Biafra. He's talking for the. Today I was watching a very young lady, about maybe 16 or 17. You know, African girls, some of them can be big, but you will know she's a young lady. Police, 2 policemen in Kenya were forcing her to enter the car, and she was resisting. The 3rd one came and tapped at them to leave her. And I was wondering, why is it that African countries are doing this, using military, this, allowing military to intimidate and harass civilians? I thought it is only in Nigeria. They do it all over. And the girl was asking them, what's my offense? I didn't commit any crime. Why are you pushing me to your car? That's what they all do. Musa will be there without verifying what goes on. There is investigative journalism in the zoo. For instance, that incident that happened on the 30th of May, eyewitnesses in Aba say that these military were the ones that started firing at those people. And Kamala Harris here was talking about defense. You have right to defend yourself. You have right to freedom. You have right to live no humans. The whole thing applies to all of us. It applies to us as well. So African leaders must take very good note of the activities of this military. You can't be there like Musa. Musa never investigated anything that happened on that very day, because Biafra land is their target. Musa can never be anything about Boko Haram or ISWAP or ISIS in Nigeria. Musa, you have never heard Musa talk about them. It's only Southeast, Simon Ekpa, Southeast, Simon Ekpa, which makes all of them hypocrites. Even Kamala Harris, because the UN ordered Nigeria to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in year 2020. Have they released Mazen Nnamdi Kanu till today? Have they sanctioned Nigeria as one of the for disobeying UN, which Nigeria is signatory to? So today in court, Binta Nyako was giving the government the advice under Section 17 of the High Court Act, Federal High Court Act, that they should go and reconcile with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because the woman herself does not know what to do again. You know, initially they threatened her that if she releases Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, EFCC will bring up the case of her husband. So that will tell you it is all jungle justice that goes on in Nigeria. They don't observe any national or international law. And nobody, everything that has been happening in the zoo, or everything that Kamala Harris have said, is for the Biafrans as well. That's what our PM was saying. Let me bring that one up, where the PM asked the media team on that day to play the video so that everybody will and know that these people, Kamala Harris is playing a very, the one they call double standard. Even one of the men that spoke there said that nobody will accept a double standard. You know? So my people, as I said earlier, this is an interaction. Anybody can come in, call me on this number here. As my brother is here, say your mind, speak to the people. You know, the combination of our ideas will ring the bell to the world that we know that our case does not matter to America or Europe. What goes on in Biafra land does not concern them. They only pay lip service to it. But now they have made a leapfrog to jump all the way to Ukraine that started December 2022 after the invasion by Russia. That problem. We have our own problem needling us at the moment, but they're not saying a word. The only thing they are interested in is our oil. So my people, my case here is that we have ourselves. We should fund this liberation. I know that December is round about the corner, but my people, we need funding to support our PM, because it is only our PM now that is holding Nigeria on their blockers. Yes, only Biafra, I mean to say. Only Biafra. We are holding them. That's why they're always crying about our PM. That's why they are crying. Mazi Simon Ekpa. Every minute, Musa will be crying for what our PM is doing.
Does not belong to you. You are staying there illegally and you'll be treated like a terrorist. This is the order of the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. Do you not to hear former General T.Y. Danjuma say, if you do not rise up with arms and rely on Nigerian army, you will all die one by one.
Yes.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you
Did you hear that? It's just for play all these things repeatedly. It's for Musa to address his weak mind to these facts. That this man, he fought Biafrans during the war. He fought Biafrans T.Y. Danjuma. He was a brigadier or major general before he retired. He is now blaming the military that they could. And so when or any one of us is showing things like this repeatedly, it's not that you don't know what goes on. You link them all up to what Onyendu is saying in court today, that we Africans, we have suffered in the hands of the Saudi Arabia, the America, the Europe. We must not be buying ourselves, he said. But those who told him an incident, they never told him that it was those people which Musa investigated, because Musa is a terrorist chief of army staff. He does not make his findings, which is why police who were trained to do that should be the ones to be matters like this. But immediately it happens, they will send their troops. But where are those troops today? Fana alachaja na ani Biafra. Because if I na-emebi ife mmụọ, onye anyị na-achụrụ aja, ndị amị niile anwa jelu na Biafra land, o nwere ofu n'ime fana anọ. And our PM warned them, if you're a Biafra child in the army, resign. No, that's what Onyendu was saying, that he understands that some of those soldiers are our people, that he doesn't want widows because some of them may be married. This is it, my people. So Onyendu's court hearing today, I am happy on one hand, but I'm never happy that a decent man like that, a wonderful man with his brain, computer brain, is being wasting there, and he complained of his own health. I pray to God to release him. You know, my brother, great the great, even though some of those military in Biafra land on May 30th are our people committing a terrorist act in our land. No, they always fight to southeast, which is done to 5 minutes. That's what it will take you from Enugu to the north, 45 minutes. So many things are revealed in this whole thing. We are not one nation. We are not one country. We have no, when you fall in parallel with people, you will never meet. We Biafrans have worked tirelessly in that zoo for so many years without anything getting heavy. Is using this era to tell us, Israel, go to your promised land. Hello, Nwa Izodo. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Good evening. So my brother, you can give your final submission so that we will call it a day, because as I said, people from Homeland complain to me that my video is always 2 hours and they have no data to go through it. So I promised them that I will be making it 1 hour 30 minutes. We have spent 1 hour 32 minutes. Give Biafrans your submission and your final word. Remember the funding. Thank you. Go on.
Thank you so much, Nemoche Betty 4. As I conclude, thank you, ma'am. As I conclude, yes, I would like to say it here categorically clear that no Biafran son or woman that is sent to Biafra land to buy and to intimidate his or her own people will be allowed or be given a handshake. We will not do that. Since you have been groomed and trained to come to the Biafran land to kill the innocent people that are there, mount checkpoint and extort them on daily basis, we will not take you as brother or as a sister. You are an enemy of the Biafran people. We cannot, because you are part of us, then will allow you to join hand with those that are about to exterminate us, Ndị Igbo si na, anyị esite na nna nna anyị ha lọrọ anyị ụwa, anyị wee n'igbu nwa na nni. We cannot, because our forefathers reincarnated into this world and we gave birth to them as children. Then we now stop them or kill them with food. We cannot do that. I was once a soldier as well. I served in 1 Mechanized Infantry Division. I did not kill the Southern Cardinal people. I didn't buy them simply because I was given the uniform and the order to go there. I did not. Why must you take such nonsensical orders to come to your own fatherland, your own motherland, to buy your own people that you're supposed to protect? You have just an option. It's either you refuse to take those nonsense and stupid orders from your superiors, or you go into what we call voluntary discharge, because you cannot go in there and they give you rifles and munitions to go and kill, to buy your own people or intimidate them. We will not allow that to happen. And if you do that in Biafra land, we will consider you as an enemy of the Biafran people. As for some of us that have not voted, please, I beg of you, I don't need to beg you. If you are both parents, mother and father are Biafrans, you don't need anybody to beg you to go and vote. You don't need anybody to ask you to contribute. And I pray that God, as He is enlarging our wallets and pockets and place of our works and our remunerations in place of work as well, I believe that you will contribute to the liberation of my mother's ancestral land. Go and vote.
Yes.
Go and vote. Do not allow anybody to pressure you into going to do what is right. Your vote is your freedom. No man will ever be free unless your freedom is assured. Thank you so much, Nemoche, Sister Betty, and all Biafrans all over the world. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, our forces, our military forces. May God bless all of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Madam. I hope my people have heard. We need just two things. As Kamala Harris have stated, they are the UN, and we know after the declaration of Biafra, with the Palestinian being granted a nation by the same UN, and with the peace talk, everything, all the speeches of Kamala Harris, the Vice President of America, my people, Biafra is here. Because in law, there's what they call judicial. We are going to use all this as a precedent against Nigeria and for the benefit of Biafra coming. But what do we need? We need funding. We need to support our PM. We need to vote. The second phase of the voting is ongoing. If anyone wants to vote for this self-referendum, call this number +44 377 38 6227. I will send you a link where you will get 12 what telephone numbers, and any one of them you call will only take your name, your details, and you be voted. It will be counted and register. I saw our PM on his Twitter handle today with his own registration card. That's wonderful. My people, Biafra is here. Biafra is here. Nigeria is gone. They don't know what to do again. For Binta Nyako to tell Nigeria government, go and reconcile with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you can see that we have won. All hail Biafra. I will love you people and leave you. We are blessed nation. Let us stop shying away from going to develop our own nation. All hail Biafra, peace, unity, progress, and equity. I love you all. Remain blessed. I see you the same time tomorrow. Please, God, if anyone came late, like my brother from Morocco, Go and rewind the video. Remember to click the like button. We were about 32 that watched. Try and click the like button and share the message. Subscribe to Betty4 TV. I will see you again. Bye, my loving people.